Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or if this is the first video of mine you are seeing, then welcome. I want to sit down and just do a really beautiful lilac, lavendery inspired look for spring. I just want to play with the makeup that's already in my collection and just get some good use out of some products that I really love. And not only did I pick a beautiful little lilac eyeshadow palette, I've also picked products in my collection that kind of like their packaging has that lilac or lavender color to them. The only things that I didn't have anything for were my eyeshadow primer and my face primer. So just right quick, what I used for eye primer was the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder, and then for my face primer I'm wearing the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum, so that's all I have on so far. I did go ahead and set my eyeshadow primer and do the face primer, so I just need to do some lip prep. And I have the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss. This one is in the lavender shade, and I thought it would be perfect for lip prep. I mean, it's basically just a clear, but I was just trying to be really cute and match packaging and all that, so I just want to do something kind of fun for the day. So we're gonna go ahead and place this on. These are really nice, but as you can see, it's just basically like a clear, but I love the packaging. I thought it was really cute to have this kind of product in today's video just to kind of be on theme. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun with makeup. This is just a really chill, relaxing video. You don't need any of the products that I'm using today, by the way. Just shop your stash and just have fun. Pick out a pastel if you have any in your collection. If not, wear whatever you want. Just have a good time with your makeup. That's all this video is. Okay, I recently did a video talking about all of my spring eyeshadow palettes, which going through my collection, I realized that I missed a couple of palettes that would be perfect for spring, but nonetheless, one of the palettes I picked out was the Huda Beauty Pastels Lilac eyeshadow palette, which is so beautiful and so lovely. I just love these pastel palettes so much. I just have a thing for pastel. I've mentioned many times, if I'm going to wear a color, it's definitely going to be a beautiful pastel shade, and I love, 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 love spring. Spring is my most favorite season, so I can't wait to use this one again. I don't think I've used this one yet this year. Not that no. Or was it this one? I know I used one of these already. I think it was the mint one though, but either way, we're just going to be using this one today. On a Sigma E54, we're going to start with this shade right here in the palette. Now, I know that these are pastels, so I'm just going to have to keep building it up. I don't have a white eyeshadow primer, eyeshadow base, or anything. I could definitely use maybe a white eyeshadow, but we're just going to pat this on. I'm going to place that all over the lid. Something like that. I don't have you zoomed in as close as I usually do when I'm doing my eyeshadow, because I notice a lot of times in my editing that when I zoom in real close, my camera seems to want to go out of focus a lot. And there's plenty of times where I've had to cut clips because you couldn't even see what I was doing because it was so blurry, or the camera will want to focus on something behind me or like my ear for some reason. So I don't have you zoomed in as much, but all I'm doing is just patting this shade all over my lid. We are keeping this look very simple, very easy, perfect for the springtime. I mean, perfect for any time. This type of makeup is beautiful year-round. I need to start wearing pastels year-round too. With as much as I love spring, this should be an all year round thing for me. Okay, and then I'm just going to lightly take that, like some in the crease. I'm not too worried about this being like going all the way up or anything. I mostly want the focus to be on the lid, so I'm not going to be too precise in the crease. But I just keep patting some of this shade over the top just to keep intensifying. I think that's just so pretty. Alright, we're going to take that same shade. We're going to pat it all over the lid, just pressing that in. I find with pastels it's easier to do this, just pat it on. Whereas these are showing up pretty well without the white base, at least on my skin tone. I know pastels can be kind of difficult to work with sometimes, so I'm glad to see that it's performing well without the white base, because I don't have anything like that, and I don't really see myself purchasing a product like that because I just wouldn't use it enough, I feel like. And then just kind of running that brush into the crease like this. We're not going too overboard. I just want this to be very simple. And I think that looks so pretty and so soft. I just love that. Okay, I am going to take a little bit of this shade right here on my finger. It's very subtle, like when you swatch it. I don't want too much though anyway. I'm just going to take, so you can see, well, if it would focus, how really soft that shade is. And I'm just going to lightly tap that all over the lid. I'm not really looking for a lot of pigment in this shade though. I just kind of want a little bit of sparkle on the lid, nothing too intense. I don't even know if you'll be able to even see that because it's really, really subtle. And do the same thing over here, just keeping that really nice and soft. Also, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. I don't think you'll be able to see it. Oh, maybe you can right there. There's a pan in it. Of course, now I will say these shades, you really have to dig your finger in them to get them up, so it's probably not that exciting, but I just wanted to point it out because a little baby tiny pan is now in that shade, which I'll take it. I know that it's not like the biggest deal because you really have to dig into these kind of shimmers in these palettes, but I think it's just kind of nice to see a pan regardless. Okay, to go ahead and finish up the lower lash line, I am going to take my Tower 28 Serum Concealer, because as you can see, the cap is this pretty lilac-y, lavender-y color. So I tried to pick products in my collection that kind of match the theme a little bit, because, I don't know, I just think it's cute. I've done this before, I think, maybe on my channel where I did pink products one time, like that. Kind of taking a couple of dots here. I've noticed I have a very slight windowing in this concealer, which I've been using that concealer for probably like on a daily basis. Okay, I'm going to take my brightening concealer brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going to use that to spread this out. I always like to use this to kind of spread the concealer, and then I go back in with my finger and like press in the rest. But I like to do this first. I just think it's a really nice brush. Okay, and go back in like this and just make sure that's all pressed in. And same thing over here, just taking this brush, making sure it's nice and spread out. And then go back in with my finger, of course, and blend it. I'm going to go back into this lilac palette and take this shade again. And we're using the same brush, and we're going to press that lightly along my lower lash line. You can go in with a smaller brush too if you want. I just have this brush here, so I'm just going to use this one. And we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm just pressing that all along that lower lash line. Okay, then I'm going to take that same brush and go into this shade right here. And we're going to pop that right in here. Just for a little pop of something. Nothing too intense. So pretty. I love that little pop of lilac-y kind of color on the inner corner. And then I'm going to take my Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. This one is in Drift, which is their brown shade. Of course, this tube is perfect for this type of look. So I'm just going to curl my lashes and then I will apply that. I feel like this mascara is just the perfect mascara for every day. It's not too intense. I don't know if the brown is a different formula from the black shade that they have, but I feel like the brown one is a lot more subtle on my lashes than the black. And I don't mean like subtle like the shade. I mean subtle as like as far as length and stuff. I feel like the black one does more. Maybe it's just in my head, but I just feel like the black shade they have seems to give me more length than the brown. I don't know. I still like this mascara, don't get me wrong, but I think this one is perfect for if you definitely want a more subtle lash look, which I'm fine with because it's perfect for a look like this where I don't want much. My face is turning red. Please ignore that. I have such a problem with that happening. You might can kind of see what I'm talking about. I feel like the brown is just more subtle. Like it, I don't know. I still like the brown, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the black mascara holds a curl better than the brown, and it just gives me a little more length. The brown one is definitely a mascara that you must want subtle, but now it could just be this particular tube, because I have absolutely admitted before that I got the black version of this in a sample size one time, and the first time I ever used it I didn't like it, but when I purchased another one it worked better. So it could just be the tube, but I just find that the brown doesn't hold my curl as good as the black shade does. I don't know, it could be just, you know, I mean, I still like it, and I think that this one is perfect for a look like today because it's very subtle, but it doesn't hold my curl like the black one does. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. If you have both of these mascaras and you've experienced that, please let me know. I don't know if it's a thing. I just wanted to mention it. But I mean, I still like it. So I'm just going to do the other eye right quick off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so there you can see the lashes and all done and this eyeshadow look. And we'll give you a really good close-up here first. Now, we're going to move on to foundation. And of course, I had to use my Tower 28 Sunny Days because it's the perfect packaging color, and then I'm going to mix it with my concealer. As you can see, I've already used so much of this already, but now don't let that fool you. There is still a lot in this tube. The last one that I had to cut it open to get everything out, and there was like quite a bit in there. So I'm just saying that I just want to use this all the time. I don't want to use anything else. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this like on my finger. Like so. And then I like to take a little bit of this concealer just to kind of mix it in a little bit, just to make it more of a match for me. And I'm going to take my Love is the Foundation brush from It Cosmetics. And blend that out. Do any of you like to do this kind of stuff, like where maybe you have a theme like with your eyeshadow and then you try to find products in your collection to match? Or is that just like a me being odd thing? I don't know, I just think it's kind of fun to match the products kind of with the eye look. Like I just went through my collection and tried to find any kind of packaging I had that looked kind of like a lilac or a lavender or purple kind of thing, because I don't know, I just think it's kind of cute. I love makeup, and anything I can do to make it even more fun, I'm going to do it, like doing something like that. I know I've done it before with pink. Now there are some colors I definitely couldn't do that with, like yellow or something, for example, or even green. Like yellow or green, I feel like it's easier to do it with like this kind of color or pink, or maybe like peach and orange. But some of the other colors, it'd be kind of harder to do. Okay, I always like to bring a mirror up close so I can really see if I need to press it in anywhere else, because when I'm looking at a mirror further away from me, it looks, you know, perfect, but I want to make sure everything is nice and pressed in. Of course, I don't have any issues with this stuff. It's just me being more picky. You know, when the Sephora sale comes up, which is in April 4th, I think, if you're Rouge, I might honestly buy the full size of this Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. I don't think the full size has a dropper bottle, but I mean, that's not a big deal, but I really like this. I don't know if it really extends my makeup, but what I really like it for is I've mentioned that my sunscreen is really glowy, and this kind of mattifies. So I noticed that when I take this in my hand and then I just kind of pat it into my skin, it really tones down the excess glow that my sunscreen gives me, but it looks really beautiful in the skin. It makes my skin have a glow. Like you can still see the sunscreen poking through, but it looks like a natural glow, like not like an artificial I added a product. So I might honestly purchase a full size of this. This was just like a little point reward thing that I got from Sephora, but I don't know, there's something about it I really like. It would be perfect for days where I don't really want to wear foundation, just have my sunscreen on and then just put this over the top. So yeah, I think I actually might purchase this during the sale. I don't know, there's just something about it I like. I just wanted to mention that right quick because it is kind of like a newer thing that I've been using and I've just been really liking it. And then, I don't know, maybe you've been looking at it too and you were looking for some reviews or something on it. Of course, I know that I just have that tiny little point thing, so of course take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Okay, I'm just wiping that brush off on my little silicone mat because I'm going to use this. I have a cream bronzer and a liquid blush, and then I'm going to put powder on my face afterwards. I also have a powder blush that I'm going to place over the top. And see how that looks? It kind of looks like a pinky lilac kind of in the pan, so I'm hoping it'll look pretty over the top. Now for bronzer, I'm going to use my Tower 28 Sculptino in the shade Abroad. Of course, you can see their logo is in that pretty purpley color, so I thought I wanted to use this, and I really love this bronzer anyway, regardless. And I think this is the bronzer I picked for my everyday makeup drawer. It's hard to say because I keep all my Tower 28 products in a bag by themselves, so I think I picked this one out. So we're just going to apply this. I love this bronzer. It's so pretty. And it's just so easy to work with, so easy to blend out, and it's the perfect tone. It's not too orangey. Some cream bronzers I have in my collection, they go on straight up orange. Like once you blend them out, they look fine, but this one starts out perfect, and just, yeah. I really need to let them go. I mean, come on. I don't want to be orange. You know, orange eyeshadow is pretty, but that's about as far as I'm willing to take the orange. Or maybe orange blush. That might be pretty. Like I wear orange eyeshadow. Listen at me up there. I mean, I wear orange eyeshadow. No, I don't. I can't tell you the last time I even put an orange shade. I mean, straight up orange on my eye. I don't know. See, I just love this bronzer. It's one of the best cream bronzers ever. I just keep going back and building it up because that's just the way I like to do my bronzer, and it's perfect tone. Wipe that brush off one more time. I just like to use the same brush for all of my steps. I know that I don't have to do that. I have plenty of brushes that I can, but I don't know, it's just simple. It's just easier. Okay, for my blush, this one's perfect. This is from e.l.f. This is their Camo Liquid Blush, and this one is in Bold Face Lilac, which is the perfect tone ever for this, hopefully. So I'm going to place a little bit on the back of my hand. That might have been a little too much because these are pigmented. Okay. And let's also press some over here too. We're going to just go in on both sides. Picked up probably too much. Of course I did. Of course I did. Of course I did. But it's okay. It's okay. Right, back brush off a little bit and then go back in. It's such a pretty shade. So pretty. Look at it. It's so darling. I love it. It's so pretty, 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 pretty. And it's pretty with this eye. Of course, I'm about to go over my face with some powder in just a second, but I wanted to get these steps done. Look how pretty. Probably very intense, but it's okay. Okay, I have two different powders here. One for just my under eye area and then one for the rest of my face. This one is from Tarte. This is their creaseless setting powder, and this one is in the lavender shade, so I thought it would be perfect. Also, I saw now where they have a translucent in this. Seriously? Where was the translucent when I first placed the purchase? This powder, that comes with a puff, which is dirty, so I'm sorry. I think I'm going to use my brush, though, instead. Because I feel like when you pack this stuff on with a puff, it really does look purpley. At least on my skin tone. Keep that in mind. So, I'm just going to take my Real Techniques brush and pat. Okay. Now, make sure there's no too many creases, and we're going to just pat this on. See, it doesn't look too purpley when you press it on with a brush. When I used it with that puff, wow. It looked like straight up purple, purple, purple on my under eye area. It just wasn't that flattering on me. But doing it like this, it's much better. And this is a really good powder. I would love to have it in the translucent shade. Not right now. I feel like I have too many powders in my collection to want to purchase it at this moment. But maybe if I start kind of working my way through some of the loose powders I have, I might consider it because I do think the powder is really good. But yeah, doing it like this, it doesn't look too purpley. Now, I'm just going to take it there. Now, the next powder, you can see the packaging is the perfect tone. This is the Tower 28 Get Set powder. This one is in the translucent. I'm going to take that on a flawless face brush from e.l.f. And we're gonna tap that everywhere else, like all over the face, even over the top of the blush, because I'm going in with a powder in just a second. Such a pretty powder. I couldn't put that lilac-y or lavender powder all over the rest of my face, so I just said I'd use it because I haven't used it in a bit, so I thought it'd be perfect for a video like today. So you can still see that pretty glow, which I like. I like to see a little bit of glow. Okay, so the blush, the powder blush that I thought about putting over the top is from ColourPop. This is when they had their Animal Crossing collection. This one's in the shade Flower Power. But if you can see, it almost looks like a pinky, I'm gonna put it over here because you can still see that. Like pinky kind of lavender lilac-y shade. So I thought about placing it over the top, just for fun. So I'm just gonna use this brush and we're gonna tap. And place that over the top. I think it'll be like a pretty matchup. Yeah, it looks like that liquid blush, but just in powder form. Perfect. Yay. That's pretty. I just went through my collection and I just pulled out anything I saw that kind of had the lilac-y, purpley, lavendery vibe. Because, I don't know, just cute. Oh yeah, I like that. That's cute. Okay, for brow products, I picked my Kosas Brow Pop Pencil in the shade Dark Brown, I believe. Yes. Yes, dark brown. And then my Kosas Air Brow Gel, because, I mean, I love this packaging on this. Look how pretty it is. So iridescent and so pretty. So we're going to run this through my brows. Go ahead and calm these down. I love this brow pencil. This one's my all-time favorite. This is a repurchase for me. This is my second or third one that I've gone through. I just really like it. And then I'm just going to take my Kosas Air Brow Gel. For my lip pencil, I picked the Kosas Hot Liner Lip Liner, and this one is in the shade Beyond. I thought it's a little more of like on the blue kind of side, but there's like maybe a slight purpley blue, but it doesn't matter. I didn't really have anything straight up purple, so I'm just going to line my lips and fill them in with this. This is a really pretty shade. And then I'm going to fill in the top. And then transfer it down. I'd like to see what other shades they have of these because I have two of them and I really like both shades. And then over the top I have this, and this is the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lip Oil. This is one of the glimmer things. Now this one is like Opal Udgy, like Apology, but Opal Udgy Tour. And look how absolutely stunning that is. It is so beautiful. Let me give you a swatch in case you haven't seen this shade. Can you see how it kind of in person has like blue and purple sparkle in it, and that's why I picked it. So we're going to be placing this right over the top. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's so pretty. These glimmer lip oils, I'm just wiping that applicator off since I don't want it to transfer. These are so good from e.l.f. Like, honestly, that is stunning. Okay, but here we have the completed look. So what do we think? I just had so much fun doing a video like this where I'm just using what I have in my collection and kind of giving myself a little theme to work off with, like lilac, lavender, purpley kind of tones, and I just really like the makeup look that they created. I don't know, this was just a super fun video for me to film, and I want to do it again, but now with certain other colors it would be hard to match packaging, but I really want to create more pastel eye looks because I just think they're so pretty and I love pastels, especially right now. It just get me so excited for spring. Yeah, I love it. I love it. But I do hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope you will please consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing if you haven't already, and make sure you hit the bell icon so you are alerted to all my future uploads. All of these products will be listed and linked for you below. They are affiliate links, so if you click through and purchase, I do earn a small commission, and if you choose to do so, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. And I am so close to 1,500 of you all, and that is incredible. Thank you so much, really, for subscribing, for watching, commenting, liking, anything. It truly means the world to me, so I'm so excited to see my channel continuing to grow and getting to chat with all of you in the comments. Like, I love it so much to be able to talk with other makeup people. I just really enjoy it. I really enjoy doing this, so thank you so much. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!